X is the variable in the equation, okay? M and N are constants, which means they're like a number like 5 and 3. All right, and they only ever have the same value. Now, what you simply do with algebra identities is whatever is on the left must equal whatever is on the right. So all we're going to do is we're going to do x minus n by x minus n minus m on the left. Then we're left with x squared minus nx minus another nx plus n squared minus m. Then we have x squared minus 2nx plus n squared m. Now there's 3 different parts. There's the red part, the x squared part, there's the x part, and finally there's the constant part. Everybody remember there's 3 parts? Yeah. And then on the other side you have x squared minus 4x minus 5. So essentially blue equals blue and green equals green. That's all you gotta do. So let's start off with the blue part. The blue part would say that 2nx equals minus 4x. Then what happens, guys? Cancel the minuses, cancel the x's, and what's left over? 2n equals 4, and then n equals 2. Then start off with the green part, which states that n squared minus m equals minus 5. You know the n value, don't you? The n value is 2 squared, so it's going to be 4 minus m equals minus 5. Bring the m to the right, the 5 to the left. We get m equals 9. Is that okay with you guys? Alright. So 3 times x minus p multiplied by x minus p plus the q equals 3x squared minus 12x plus 7. 3 times x squared minus px plus p squared plus q equals 3x squared minus 12x plus 7. Finally multiply both sides out, so this is minus 2px, so it's going to be 3x squared minus 6px plus 3p squared plus q equals 3x squared minus 12x plus 7. Now, red equals red, green equals green, blue equals blue. So start off with the green. Minus 6px equals minus 12x. Implies 6p equals 12. Implies p equals 2. And then next one, 3p squared. So it's going to be 3 times 2 squared plus q equals 7. 12 plus q equals 7. Q equals minus 5. Did everybody get a 2? After 16. After 16, you've got 18 and 20. Right. Multiply this out. X cubed plus abx plus 2x plus ax squared plus abx plus 2a. Now group this. X cubed plus ab plus 2x. Ooh, yeah. Don't want that just yet. X squared first. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake there. x times x, x cubed, x times bx is bx squared, x times that is 2x, ax squared, abx, 2a. Great. Now, factorize the x squared, and we get a plus b x squared. It's the same as ax squared plus bx squared. And then you're going to take out the x, and you're going to be left with 2 plus ab times x plus 2a. Anybody got any questions after you do this? What's going to happen is you're going to have x cubed minus 2x squared minus 1x minus 6. Match them up. It's the blue section, green section, and finally red section and red section. Everybody got that? I'll start off with the red section. It looks pretty easy. 2a equals minus 6, therefore a equals minus 3. I can choose either the green or the blue section. It doesn't really matter. I'll choose the blue section, where a plus b equals minus 2, because it's a plus b x squared equals minus 2x squared. You can choose green as well, you'll get the same answer. Get rid of the x squareds. A plus b equals minus 2. A equals minus 3 though. This implies b must be equal to 1. Alright, multiply this one out 2 at a time. So x plus x by x minus s. And you should get x squared minus s squared, but we'll do it properly. 1 plus sx minus s squared. And as predicted, x squared minus s squared. Next thing after that is you're going to multiply by ax plus t. Should come out with 4 different parts. Should come out with ax cubed. You should come out with tx squared minus as squared x minus s squared t. And all of that will equal what's over here. Now, what we do next here, guys, is we do like for like. Ax squared equals ax squared. That's a no-brainer. Next, we look at the green section. Tx squared equals bx squared. Implies b equals t. So we look at the purple section. Implies cx equals minus as squared. Not going to do anything with it for a minute. Implies c equals minus as squared. And finally d, which will be the blue section. D equals minus s squared t. Now, can I have everybody's attention whether you're good at these or not? Okay, I have 3 equations to work with. Everybody cool with that? See the 3 equations I highlighted from the section. Now, the most important part is which letter is missing from the answer. BC equals AD. Which letter is missing? No, A is not missing. Look, A is here. BC equals AD. So A is there all day long. What 2 letters are missing? S and T. So whatever we do in every single equation, we're going to get S and T on its own and try and get rid of it. So get rid of S's and get rid of T's to the best of your ability. So here's what I'm going to start off. See the S squared here? And see the S squared there? For me, that's a simple trade. I isolate the S squared in the C equation. So I get S squared equals minus C over A. Multiply both sides by minus. and then divide the a underneath. Is that all right? What do I do with that minus c over a now? Lob it into the d equation. So what do I do when I put it into the d equation? No, just just c over a, because s squared is minus c over a. You don't have to square it. So minus c over a times t. Which letter doesn't belong? I told you earlier. And there's a straight swap for b. So d equals minus cb over, what's it, minus cb over a. Did we forget a negative somewhere? I dropped a negative somewhere. Where is it? Ah, double negative. The minus belongs to the formula. So it was actually two minuses. There was minus c over a, but then there's another minus outside it as well. So two minuses make a positive. So now cross multiply and I get AD equals BC, or AD equals CB. Is that right? So key thing when you're doing these type of questions is okay. Next line after that. Yeah, see the way the one's on its own on the left. What if I call that 1 plus 0x? Would that affect anything? Would it affect anything at all? Because 0x doesn't exist, all right? And then what you do is you pair off the tops. You have green 1 equals minus 3c plus 2d, and then the other part is 0x equals cx plus dx. So what you have down here is cx plus dx equals 0x, implies c plus d equals 0. That's one half of a simultaneous equation. And then the other half of the simultaneous equation is going to be minus 3c plus 2d, sorry, the green equation, minus 3c plus 2d, and that will equal 1. So now all of a sudden you have two simultaneous equations, okay, which I'll highlight momentarily. There's one simultaneous equation, and there's the other simultaneous equation. Okay, then just work them off each other and get the answer. Okay, let's go. I'll multiply this by 3 and get 3c. Sorry, you can equal to 1 because if you look at the very beginning, it equals 1. So because they have the same denominator now, see on step 2, see the way the denominators are the same? That means the numerators are the same. So that means we can just concentrate on the numerators. Each numerator has an x part and a regular number. So the green parts are the regular numbers and the blue parts are the x parts, and they have to equal each other. That's how we get a blue equation and a green equation, okay? So I'm going to multiply this by 3 and get 3c plus 3d equals 0. And underneath I'm going to get minus 3c plus 2d equals 1. I'm going to get 5d equals 1. And then I'm going to get d equals 1 over 5. Now, if d equals 1 over 5, what we can say is that c plus d equals a fifth, equals 0. So if d equals a fifth, c plus a fifth equals 0, implies c equals minus 1/5. Right. If I said 4 is a factor of 12, how would I prove it? I could do it two ways. One way because it's regular numbers. What I can do is I can just divide 12 by 4. And if it goes in evenly with no remainders, it's a factor. So hence, will long division do this for me? Long division will do this for me, okay? Now, here's what I suggest you do. Change this into x cubed plus 0x squared plus ax plus b. Happy days. What do I change x minus 3 into? X squared minus 6x plus 9. Where did I get that from? I just multiplied out x minus 3 by x minus 3. In the same way 4 divided into 12, this needs to divide in equally. Otherwise, it's not a factor. Does it say it's a factor? That means the remainder has to be 0 for this question. Okay? So it goes in how many times? X. Remember DMS drop, divide, multiply, subtract, and drop. So x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x. Subtract, what happens now? Plus, minus. All right. So this is 6x squared. Ever go with that? Now, what do I call this? A minus 9x. What's ax? Take away 9x. It's a minus 9x. Okay, bring down the b. We all good? Now, how many times does x squared go into 6x squared? So put in a plus 6, multiply again. 6x squared, yeah, minus 36x. And then 6 times 9 is 54. I did the multiplication part, now I'm on the subtraction part. So what happens here? Minus, plus, and what you're guaranteed is zeros all around. So what we're basically saying is that a minus 9 plus 36 has to be equal to 0. So what does that imply about a? A is going to have to be 40, no, not 45, 20, minus 27. A is minus 27, right? Look, minus 9 plus 36 is plus 27. Bring the 27 out to your side, A equals minus 27. What about B and minus 54? B minus 54 equals 0 and B equals 54. Do you want to see the second method? No. Well, we could try it anyway. Let's do it anyway. All right. Yes. Everything I do gets loaded up onto YouTube under a 5th year. You have a 5th year 2020 playlist there. Just go there and you'll get it. I'll use Google Classroom more when if anything was to go happen down the line. If you're missing or if her year has to go missing for a couple of days, then that's when we're going to jump right on that then, okay? I'll be right on it from day one then, okay? So, all right, here's the second method. Now, Second method can be done like this. It's called the factor theorem, okay? So if I put this function equal to 0, would everybody agree this is a function? Everybody agree with that? Okay. The deal is, oh, we're only given one of them. Might not work as well as I hoped, actually. We'll see if it works, right? Would everybody agree we know x minus 3 and x minus 3 are factors, aren't they? Now, if you put the factors equal to 0, you get what's called a root. So if I sub 3 into here, what should happen? It should turn into 0. Okay, but there is a problem here. It gives me a repeated root, which means it actually won't yield me the answer. I'll end up with 2 variables and only 1 equation, so it isn't going to do me any good today, okay? But that method could work in other situations. Okay, in this situation, isn't going to do us any good, okay? So what would have happened was I would have got 3 cubed plus, what's it, a times 3 plus b equals 0. I'd stick with long division, if I'm being honest. And all I get is 3a plus b equals minus 27. And look, there's no other equation I can get. Yes? It's 3 again, so there's nothing I can do there, okay? All right, guys.